What up, guys? It's
What up?
Jody and the Dave Show today, apparently, in the Whiskey Rebellion. So I was trying to share it because I kind of figured that's probably what's going on too. And I hated logging on to Facebook, but it took me a minute to do that. So I had to go that route to even do it.
You know, this show is the only reason I even have Facebook, like on my browser or whatever.
I didn't have it. I had to download it back on
Yeah.
now just to do that because I had sworn off Facebook. Anyway, guys, how's everybody doing? It looks like it's just you two, or just like it's just you and I right now. We're just talking right now. It looks like
That's us chit-chatting.
just chatting.
Just like we're meeting at the bar.
Yep,
Except it's cheaper because I already got the whiskey here.
That's because I gave it to you.
It's true. Literally everything in front of me tonight is shit that you have given me recently.
Yeah. Well, I'm there to help you. There to help you, man. That's how I roll. Sometimes I'm just there to help out.
I'm here to help turn these bottles into
Anyway, like, love, share, turn on the notifications, do all the fun things.
Bells and whistles, man.
Yeah, and for those who don't listen to this until the morning, let me go ahead and just give you my quick monologue. So a lot of people have been asking, how am I doing, this, that, and whatever. I'm not good yet, but let me just kind of go into the short and skinny of it. I mean, when I say I'm fine, I want to make sure we're clear on that. I am fine, meaning I'm fine. I'm not gonna hurt myself or something like that, some kind of stupid shit like that, right? But am I sad? Of course. And then I got thinking about this all week long, and even though, and you were there Saturday when we had the beautiful graciousness of having my ex-wife stop by and see us at Jordan's house, even though everyone knows that there's no likelihood of any of that, it doesn't matter. I got to thinking about it really long and hard the last couple days for sure. And I was thinking, when it comes to me and the person I was with, I let her down, and it was my job to keep her strong and healthy and show her all the love in the world. And unfortunately, I can't fix that, So sometimes when you look at things and you go, man, it doesn't matter. In the aspect of things, it does matter. It matters to somebody, and perception is the reality of everything. And unfortunately, actually, I got a quote that goes along with it because I was thinking about this day when I was reading this. I've been doing literature reading every day. It says, a man becomes conscious of responsibility he bears towards a human being who affectionately waits on him, or to an unfinished work, will never be able to throw his life away. I got thinking about that, and I was like,
who is that you're reading?
Oh, that's Viktor Frankl.
Oh, okay.
He's a fantastic author. It's from Man's Search for Meaning. It's a book from 1959. He was he's a Holocaust survivor, and he's a psychiatrist, and he wrote this book. Anyway, I've been reading that, but I've been trying to read that for a lot of reasons. One is I'm rereading it. I like to sometimes get into things that are where I look at things. I'm like, I wonder what that's got to do with anything. Like, how can they help me? I always refer back to like Joseph Conrad, or in this case, Viktor Frankl, or somebody like that when I'm thinking about how. And it just made me think about it today. And I was, over the last couple of days, I've been thinking, man, I know that I did not do anything wrong. But it doesn't matter. It's the perception. And the perception came across the wrong way. And it cost me literally the only person I've ever really cared about in my entire life. And that sucks. So don't want to really talk about all that too much. But for everybody that's reached out to me and asked me, I'm sorry I'm not replying to messages and stuff. I'm not really on Facebook right at the moment and stuff of that nature. But do want you guys to know I really, really appreciate everything that everybody's reaching out to me. I'm fine. I just... kind of sucks, man. It really does suck when you feel like you're just not strong enough to ask for help sometimes. And when I say ask for help, I've already told you this, what I should have done. And of course, Jordan and even Alicia said this too. But what I should have done was, hey, Rob, is say, hey, look, it is what it is. And I need your help on this because I've been friends with this person for over 40 years. I need to know how I need to handle this because I don't like blocking people. That's what I should have done. And I didn't. It wouldn't have changed the outcome of anything. Well, I mean, it might change the outcome of anything, but what I'm saying is that's what I should have done. Anyway, it's all said and done now. No not the person I gave my heart to, but everybody else has been blocked. So that will never happen again. But anyway, moving on past that, that's a quick little. I don't want to go into my personal life too much, but I've had a lot of people asking, so I just wanted to use the first 6 minutes to just talk about that real fast. I am doing well. I have I sleep as well as I can, I guess, and seeing my counselor twice a week right now, so it's pretty good. So life is good in the mental game. Also, do want to give you guys an update. I may have bought a house. Yeah, which you've seen the picture of. It's up north of town. I'm not giving the location of it right now, but I like it. It's only on 5 acres, but it has a giant.
He says only 5 acres.
Like it's got.
I'm happy for you. I am. Go ahead.
So it's out in the country, which I love. I love the color of the house too. It's got that black and gray type of look, and it's new, so I love that part as well. And it's a lot smaller than my current house. 4,000 square foot by yourself sucks donkey dick. All right, it really does.
Just the cleaning shit.
Yeah, and I used to pay somebody to do that until they broke Matt's picture.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I won't close on it until I get the opportunity to go out and look at a couple other houses just to weigh my options, if that makes any sense. But it is north of town. And I'm supposed to go out there Friday. Me and Corey are, and Corey and I have been texting most of the day, but I've had like an old person day, man. Let me tell you about my day real fast. So got up early this morning, take care of donkeys and stuff, and mini donkeys, and then the dogs and all that. Then I had to be at the doctor's office, my PCP with the VA, just so they can tell me that my cholesterol is still high, and all this stuff, right? And then they hit me with what you're in time for. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, it's time for you to have your shingle shot. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do that, because I don't want that shit, right? And then they're like, you're also in that age group for pneumonia vaccination. I'm like, God damn it, I didn't realize I was that old. So I got both of those vaccinations.
I didn't know they had a vaccination against pneumonia. I didn't even know.
Supposedly they do. That's what they allegedly put in me. Yeah.
They do.
So anyway,
not like the flu shot, ain't taking it.
I do that too, but I do do the flu shot as well.
Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on, guys. Welcome to the show. Rob, it's good seeing you. I like that beard, man. It's looking good. I guess since I don't have anybody now, I can let my shit get all fucking crazy looking too, like Grizzly Adams.
I told you, man. My wife's threatening me. She's like, "You're gonna get drunk one night, and you're gonna come in bed, and you're gonna pass out, and that shit's just gonna be gone when you wake up."
What would happen if that did come to pass? What would your reaction be? What would you? I'm just curious.
There would be several weeks of not talking.
I've been doing that recently. That's not been fun from experience.
Slightly different context, but I hear you.
Yeah.
Rob, what are you drinking, man?
I just ran over and picked up. It is a double oak from Old Fourth Distilling.
Lovely.
Out of Atlanta, Georgia, owned by the guys who own Short Barrel now.
Nice.
So, waiting for my first thing from their subscription, that American Light hazmat that they're sending out. It's like 156 proof American Light whiskey.
That
sounds like the. Did I bring you the Octanium?
You brought me the Octanium. He brought me the was it the 79% alcohol one?
Yeah.
Like don't have this anywhere near an open flame.
But it has a sticker on it too.
Yeah,
it says don't put it near an open flame.
That's one I would definitely not send in the mail, just because I would be too afraid of the risks. Like that's.
I think I did. I know I did. I sent one to Chuck like that. And they asked me, "Is there anything flammable in there?" I'm like, "No."
No, it's great. It's fine. Backing away.
I'm excited to try it because it'll be the highest proof whiskey that I will have drank.
Octanium is the highest proof I've ever had, and I will tell you it's not good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'd really like to see. If it's super high proof, like, is it still like palatable? Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Like that shit's a given. But is it
Right.
still gonna be like, I will reach for this again versus, well, that's a thing. That's a box I can check now and never go back to, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
which does tie into our theme tonight, but we'll get there.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of segue into that, but we're gonna finish up saying hello to everybody. By the way, I'm drinking Buffalo Trace. I picked up a bottle today, actually. I don't get my
filling a bottle.
What's that?
This is one of Jody's that he brought over recently, and I just
I took him like 60 bottles of whiskey.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have a stupid collection of whiskey now.
Yeah, it looks like my old collection.
Yeah. Somehow it bears a resemblance.
It does.
Somehow, for some reason.
But yeah, so, and then of course, David's got pictures from Saturday, which, man, I tell you what, a picture, but that's enough evidence. I shouldn't have been licking Corey's head. And to think about it is,
weekend from you guys.
What's that?
I saw a picture on Facebook from you guys this weekend, didn't I?
I think we did like one. Was the three of us together, or was that Twitter? Not the Twitter.
No, the three of us together. When I did three of us, I thought it was when I sent to TikToks. By the way, if you're not on TikToks, you need to be on TikToks. Yeah. I have a TikToks account now, and I know I'm not saying TikToks right. I don't really know how to say it, but as me and David talked about in the pre-show, there's several words, but I can tell you one word I can absolutely fucking say, and that's ask. And all of my smoke detectors have fucking batteries.
Dude, as much as you want to make that as a joke, well, I am seriously one of the worst people for that. When it fucking beeps like that, I'll just rip it down from the ceiling.
No, I've done that too.
And go throw it in the garage, because if you don't have a 9-volt to replace the fucking
right, it'll still beep.
Listen to it chirp all night.
It still beep. I've taken it out before and put it in the mailbox.
Sledgehammer to it. Yeah,
I've taken it and put it in the mailbox before because I can still hear it. And I'm like, what? Fuck, who wants to hear all that nonsense? But anyway, so yeah, so I'm having Buffalo Trace, and you're like you were finishing off a bottle kill of the Lieber's Fork, yeah.
The bottled in bottle. What's because there's two of them, and they've got different color labels.
All right, so
I'm
that one right,
them both tonight.
Right, so the green label has more of a like you would like a malt taste to it. Where that right there is their original bottle that sold really good. Yeah, the brown label. Yeah. So
I have a bottle of this. It's got slightly more in it.
Well, last time Michelle and I were out at Lieber's Fork, we picked up this bottle that's I guess it's Lieber's Fork juice. I'm guessing. I don't really know. I've not opened it. It costs $125 or so, but it's all 100% goes to proceeds for veterans. And I was like, that's worth it. I'll fucking do that, But anyway, there is some exciting stuff coming up. I'm not going to Hawaii, so that's, I guess, exciting for some people. But
I'm not sure. I'm so excited. I'm not going on this trip.
Yeah.
Nobody, unless they didn't.
That's not true. If you've been to Hawaii as much as I have, you kind of get over it.
They don't.
Honestly,
damn expensive.
It is, and so I actually offered that person I had bought 2 first-class tickets, and I meant to tell you guys. So here's another thing. So I got I still have to send it back now. So the American Mini Donkey Register. I said on the TikToks, I said association. That's wrong. It's register. Mini donkeys can be registered. All right. And so I registered them. And so Sophia, all of them have their names registered in the miniature donkey register and all that American miniature donkey register. Anyway, I have to still have to send it back now, which is going to cost me another $75. But I had planned on initially. So there's some significance to the name Sophia Kate. I'm not going to go into that right here in this forum, but there is some significance to that. And that was going to be part of a person's birthday when I was going to make that officially known to everybody. Oh. But it was also because that person was listed as co-owner of the Miss Sophia Kate as well. So I gotta pay to have that changed, another $75. But it is what it is. I guess. Again, I have nobody to be mad at but me because I was a dumbass. And I was a dumbass because, I didn't do anything. Again, did not do anything wrong, but the perception was there, and the perception, honestly, that's all that really matters in this case. And I've thought about it, prayed about it, and I'm never gonna heal if I can't accept the cross I have to bear on that. So anyway, but I don't want to talk about all that. So we're going into, I did make a list. Got a list again. Damn it. All right. So this is twice, 2 times in a row I've had a list. And I've been solid on my list. But anyway, the big things that so everybody's kind of introduced what they're having tonight and stuff of that nature. Thank you, Rob, for being on the show. I'm glad we're up to big 3 people on this tonight. I don't know where. Well, I did see Billy was working. I did see that he had posted that in the VIP chat. By the way, if you're not part of the VIP chat, reach out to somebody that has Facebook right now. If you send it to me, I am not responding to any DMs whatsoever from anyone. But and I do want to tell you that that I'm not saying today, but I shouldn't say that online, but my cousin, the one I showed you a picture of, David, it seemed like that may be a potential interest for you. Did you hear me?
Sorry, I apologize. I'm letting you talk. I'm dealing with a work thing right now.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
it never ever stops.
So you need a shirt that says "easily distracted by IT
work.
job."
I thought the funniest thing, I was scrolling Instagram. It's like it's a USB extension, and all it is a giant enter key. It's like a giant, like foamy looking enter key, like it's like plush or whatever. So anytime you want to hit the enter button, you just like hit it. And I'm like, I want to do that at work. Like
that's funny.
Click.
Well, we used to have what was called gripes that we had to write in the military. That's what the official name was called in the military for any of our aviation material or equipment, stuff like that. You write a gripe. And it was always funny when you have like some pilot or something like that write up a gripe and it says IFF doesn't work in the OFF position. You're like, you don't fucking say.
IFF, like identify friend.
Yeah, friend of foe. Yeah. Doesn't work in the OFF.
It does work a lot better when you turn it on.
It does.
I have done that. Have you tried turning it off and back on? Have you made sure it's plugged in?
Or just turn it in. Or have you checked the circuit breaker? That's one you could do too.
Yeah, that's asking too much. I'm talking about like the most basic.
Not in the military because that's part of the NATOPS. Like, I was aviator for a while. I did aviation most of my career when I wasn't with teams and stuff. Not the teams. I don't need. You know what? I don't need to be fact checked on that. Not the teams. When I was doing other stuff, and I had a different team that I was associated with, because I don't need that guy that goes on. Not fucking Shipley, but there's another guy who's doing all this stuff right now. And I'm like, oh my God, he just goes in everybody's personal record and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, boom. I know what we want to talk about tonight. Yes. Chuck gave us an idea, and he's still not on the show, but that's okay. He gave us a great idea. And that is, what are 3 bottles you would never buy again?
We can all think of at least 3 if any of us is the leg. But Rob, you want to go first with yours, or do you?
I'm actually sitting here looking at them.
David's looking at mine. I'm just playing.
You know what? I will bring out one. I brought it as a visual aid.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Willet pot.
Here's something, and I'm actually bringing this up because this is actually one of mine. I didn't buy this one, but I have bought Willet pot still before. Bought it as a gift for somebody. I will never do that shit again because it's.
It has a great neck pour,
Yeah, it looks like that's all that's gone. It looks like you got the neck pour out of it. And there's, that's the.
You see all the dust on it.
That's the real cream of Kentucky.
You see the dust on it. It was in my garage in one of my lock boxes in my garage, and I was like, "Fuck, this looks stupid. I have liquor all over the house. I'm just need to get rid of it."
Empty the juice out and use it as a decanter.
I've got a great decanter. I actually think the Frank August bottles are perfect for a decanter. They're heavy.
Yes, they're good and
And
heavy.
the tags come off easy and stuff with hot water. So those are fantastic. And I have saved one of those for a potential infinity bottle. But there's a thing with the infinity bottle. Like, I'm not really a big fan of the infinity bottles because half the shit you put in there is stuff you don't like anyhow, right? And so,
Right. And,
so you
you're
find
hoping
yourself.
that it'll be mellowed out by the other shit that you
Well, I
like.
mean, it's like I have a bottle right here. So I bought this is the empty bottle, but don't be fooled by thinking you're going, damn, he drank all that.
Yeah.
I've drank everything out of this bottle 17 times. All right. What was actually in it, I poured out in Banff, Canada. I bought this because it had Wayne Gretzky on it. I love hockey. You guys know this, right? I love hockey. I'm a ginormous hockey fan. I was like, I got to get some of this. I tried it. Tastes like fucking dog shit. And I was like, I'm not going to drink this. But I was like, you got to have the bottle. So I've been refilling it with like Buffalo Trace is something I put in it normally, or I'll refill it with Woodford Reserve or something like that. But I never, ever, ever, ever will drink this again or buy it.
Yeah, for real.
So there actually two of them are local.
Okay.
They're PA distilled, and one's called David E, and it's their I think this one's their bottled and bond. Yeah, it's not good whiskey. One of the guys I know who owns a cigar shop and a cigar club got involved with buying aged juice and bottling it for their club. And it wasn't cheap. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do a bottle. I won't. Yeah, it was a bad choice, and I won't ever spend it on it again.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's one other one that my boss was like, you got to get this and try this. So the next time you're down in Cincinnati, just go across the border, and it's called Three Keys.
You sure it's not 3 quarts?
No, it's called Three Keys. I have to hold on. It's back here somewhere.
Because 3 quarts is good.
Yeah, 3 quarts is good. It's called Three Keys. Is that what you said? It's not from the Keys Rocks, is it?
No.
Because that would have been your first warning.
Oh, yeah.
The Keys Rocks is like Laverne. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But like more meth, probably.
Not very good. Would not spend that money again.
Do not recommend.
Do not recommend. That's my 3 don't buys.
That's funny. That's funny. So 3 Keys is one for you that you wouldn't drink. What else?
It's called David E.
He was talking about your Wayne
Banff, Canada is freaking awesome. I mean, it was the greatest trip I've ever been on in my life. Was in
was that the prime minister up there, of Doug Ford, that dumped out the Crown Royal?
You know what's funny about that? Crown's not actually made in Canada. It's made in Vermont, and then it's shipped across the border, and then that's where it's like shipped from. So it's like distilled in Vermont, and then they push it across the border, and then it comes to the United States.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do realize that's not how it works.
David E. Now, is it just horrible, or was it like just not a great buy?
It was horrible.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chuck said it.
Chuck seems to agree with you. David E. sucks.
It was not
Fuck
good.
the David E. guy.
And that one's the one I got from my buddy.
That's a cool bottle, though. Aging room.
Oh, it's a beautiful bottle.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't pay that much for the juice again.
It's got an ugly color, though, to it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it has like a milky color.
That's probably because it's a little dusty, Jody.
So that's 2 you said. What's the third one?
So it's 3. That one and this one, the 3 Keys. 3 Keys, David E, and Aging Room.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Aging Room.
So I went a little bit more popular. One of them's going to be a little bit controversial.
Yeah.
Stranhan's Yellow That fucking sucks donkey dick. That is
That's
horrible.
That's not controversial at all, but yeah.
Yes, that is horrible. That tastes like you're drinking, like I just got finished mowing the grass, and then I went in there and jumped in the bathtub, and then all that nastiness that came out of the bathtub, I then put a glass. I like filled it up in a glass and poured a little bit of rubbing alcohol in there. That's what it tastes like. You'd pick up no notes from it. It has a fucking straight up damn malty taste. And honestly, I know that I say this a lot. I really fucking mean it. I would rather be stapled to a damn stump and have a fucking wild bull trying to take me off of, have my balls stapled to a stump and have a wild bull trying to push me off or whatever, because fuck that shit. It is horrible. Like, I mean, I wouldn't use it to clean the trash can out. I don't even know if I would do that.
It's very Scotch-like in its approach.
Mm-hmm. Very malty. Very
and
malty.
I know you are not a Scotch guy, so
anything single malt, you just say 100,000.
So then the second one on my list comes from my prized.
I like malty shit. Certain is trash, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
That one is that particular.
So my son, when he was 10, oh wait, I hear I say that wrong too. I say 10. What do you guys say?
10.
Okay. I'm just lately like when I was talking to Corey, he was like, well, where are you looking at? And he was talking about north of Lebanon and stuff. And I kept saying Lebanon. He's like, it's Lebanon. I'm like, I can read. It's Lebanon. I know how to read from left to right. All right. I mean,
but at the same time, I have family, like ancestors from Lebanon.
Yeah. Okay. Lebanon, PA, right?
No,
or
Lebanon,
Virginia,
as in like the country.
The country, the country.
Yeah, as in they are Lebanese. But here in Tennessee, it's Lebanon. Okay?
Yeah,
because that's how it is.
So the second one. So my son was like 10 years old or so, and we were heading home from school because I was still driving him to school. He's in middle school, and we stopped over in Berry Farms, where I love to go to Benchmarks. You've been over there with me with Benchmarks before, and then me and Michelle's been there a bunch of times, and then Edley's right next to it, which is me and Preston's place to go eat because he likes to eat. Like, it's so funny. If I go to Edley's by myself, the waitress, or I should say the barmaid that's normally there, I get there normally about the time there's this guy that works there, and his name's Scott, and I like him a lot, and he. Right when I get there, I order everything, and he's like, hey, I'm getting ready to leave. I'm like, you want me to go ahead and pay out and give you a tip? He's like, nah, you're gonna be here a while. I'm like, well, I'm by myself tonight. He goes, I know you, man. It's fine. We'll get on the next time. Well, we've been doing that for like 2 years now. Been waiting to give him a tip. All right. Mm-hmm. And so this little girl comes in the afternoons and the evenings, and anyway, I was there a couple weeks ago, I guess. And so she asked me, she goes, where's that giant kid of yours? I'm like, well, he's in college. And he can't, I mean, I didn't want to call him because I was trying to save money. And she's like, I know, I always give your meal to you for free because his meal by himself costs $100 at Edley's, a barbecue joint. $100 every time.
$100 on barbecue for just himself?
Yes, $109 before you even add any of my drinks in.
Has he ever thought that like he could just go
about getting a job?
No. Well, yeah. That's a good response. But no, where I was going is like those places that do the food challenges. Like if you can finish it, and this giant.
Oh, dude! If we come across like the great outdoors, outdoors with that old 47,
the old 76er.
That's what it is. Old 76er. Yeah. If we could do that, I guarantee you, I would put every cent I have on that boy. He could do it. Be like Grizzle? Yeah, I got the Grizzle. 100%. Before you tell you, he'd been like, I'd do it.
100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, every time I make food, like I told him I made a skillet lasagna. And he showed up at lunch the next day and it's gone. So I made a full 13-inch skillet lasagna. All right.
Did he eat the whole thing?
Well, let me finish. No, he didn't eat the whole thing. I ate like a reasonable person's portion. And then I was going to have some for lunch the next day. He showed up at 9:30 because he didn't have class, and he ate the rest of it and then took a 2-hour nap and then went to class. And I was like, wow. So, but he eats all that, and then like Same thing with tortellini. If I make tortellini or if I make steaks, steaks are the big ones. Oh, I meant to tell you guys about that too. That's a big deal. I need to tell y'all about that.
Hey,
But,
Jenny, what does your shirt say?
oh, it says easily distracted by donkeys.
By donkey. See, yeah, this whole time I always saw the easily distracted part. I'm like, that's such a great shirt for you. This is generally easily distracted.
I am easily distracted. There's two things I'm totally easily
But
distracted
also by
by.
donkeys.
One of them is named Michelle. The other one is donkeys for sure. And Little Chief Murphy. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So anyway, so Preston and I, we always stop in Berry Hills. We may get, we may go to Tito's or something like that and get some food. But anyway, we went to the liquor store. He's like 10 years old. And he was like, Dad, you got to get this bottle. This bottle looks great. I'm like, I don't think I want that bottle. And he's like, I've never even heard of it. And it's called Slaughterhouse. He goes, but it's a really cool bottle. And by the way, the bottle is the coolest bottle ever.
It is
There is no doubt about it. The bottle has a
Which is
meat
a
cleaver
warning.
on it. Yeah, it has a meat cleaver on it, and it does look sexy as hell. Like, it looks good. That shit tastes fucking like horrible. Like, it's not worse than Stranahan's, but it's right up there with it. And then the number 3 bottle, which I gave to David.
I thought Slaughterhouse was way worse than Stranahan's. Like, I just can't get myself to like that one, the yellow bottle.
I think it was the malt on the Stranahan.
Yeah, which you can't stand that shit.
Right,
anyway,
right.
So
So that really messed with me, and I can't do that at all.
Well,
so that one's a big deal to me. So that's not one I can do. That malt taste, I just can't do it all. But the other one that gets to me is that I put as my number 3, which this one's controversial for 2 reasons. I'm going to say it wrong. And then the other aspect of it is that a lot of people put this down as one of those ones they're always searching for. And that's McKenna. McKenna. Yeah, McKenna.
The 10-year McKenna.
Yeah. I think it tastes like.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I think it's dumpster tasting. I'm like, people wait for that, and I paid good money for that because that was back when when people are still trying to find it. I'm not even sure who makes it. I don't know if it's a Buffalo Trace product or if it's a Heaven Hill product. I have no idea. But I will tell you
I'd rather know that. Chuck, if you're still watching, let us know. Okay.
I have no idea, but that stuff is not good. It's just not good to me. Of the things I'd want to drink, that's not one of the ones I'd put.
See, I wasn't going to ever pay stupid prices like everyone else was for it, but I have a bottle. I can't remember if it's open or not. I think it is, but like, I don't mind keeping a bottle around. I don't dislike it. Like, I'm not like head over heels. Like, I don't seek it out anywhere.
When I was at your house on Saturday or Sunday a week ago, I was surprised how much whiskey. What's that?
McKenna is Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill. Okay. Yeah. Which is bad because I like Heaven Hill. But I will tell you this. I like Green Label Heaven Hill better than I like 6 Year in the blue bottle.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know why it is. I think the blue bottle, for whatever reason, tastes a little bit more malty, and I don't like that aspect of it.
That's true. I know you don't care for the maltiness.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think it's good. I don't want to make it sound like it's not good because it is good, but it has a more like a malt taste to it, and I'm just not a big fan of it.
I know you don't like the single malts.
Yeah. But those are my 3 that I went with, that I chose to bear the cross of. Don't get me wrong. I could do a lot more.
Yeah.
But the show is limited on time. So.
Yeah. Like, how much time do we have? I'm really surprised actually you didn't.
25 minutes.
Yeah, right. Kentucky Par out there. Because you know what's funny?
Dude, I paid a lot of money for that, and I gave that bottle to you that day.
I know. And
your bottle.
And you know how much I've drank since then? Do you know how much I drank since then?
I gave you back that bottle of rum.
0 times. And you gave me back the bottle of rum. So this is hilarious. So I had a bottle of Zafra. 23.
Yeah, Zafra 23. Yep.
Which is one of my favorite rums, still is.
No, it is. It is good. It is really good. So is that Sailor
there's
one
better
I
rum out there.
Too. That
Privateer.
Is that what it's called?
The other Privateer. Or no. It was Navy Yard. That's what it was.
Navy Yard. That's what it's called. That was
Navy Yard Privateer was actually the name of it.
And that's pretty good too. But I don't drink rum enough. And hell, I think I even gave you some of
You give me tequila. You give me that fucking like that fancy crystallized bottle.
He might be watching the show.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's a shame that we were at your house and you dropped that and it broke.
But I'll be honest with you, I'm not a tequila drinker, and you know that. But of all the tequila I tried, that was a good one. That 1800, that to me was pretty good. Now, again, I am not a tequila drinker, so.
You said do it a few more, like basically the ones that you would not buy again. I didn't give you my other two, by the way.
Yeah.
So you guys saw the bullet pot still, obviously, for the obvious reason. I would go with Jefferson Ocean, just because.
Dude, that's true. I agree with you there. Jefferson's Ocean.
I do not think it's a bad whiskey, but it's a not that fancy whiskey at fancy whiskey prices. And I just can't get with that.
Well, it's like that Brad Paisley one too. The one
yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but I bought
Highway or something.
Highway, yep. I bought that because they had talked about it being pretty good, and they had driven it all across the country or some crazy nonsense like that. They probably didn't do that. They probably drove it from the distillery to the place they had to go to. Yeah. No, to the actual store, and that's what they consider as traveling.
It was on a highway at some point.
But I will tell you that, so I also gave you that Peyton Manning bottle too, Sweetens Cove. And that's not one of my favorites, only because of price point. Do I think it's pretty good whiskey? And I love the story.
Price high on that one.
Yeah. So do I like it's 170 plus. It's right around there. Do I like the
American Highway? $60 too much. Is that how much it costs? 60?
I have no idea what it costs.
That'll be my guess.
I have no idea, but those are like most of the celebrity bottles I don't like, but I do like the Larceny.
No.
That's a good one. I mean, but at the same time, who wouldn't want to drink with Matthew McConaughey and just have a drink with him? I mean, that's got to be fun.
All I'm saying is Long Branch. All right.
That's what I was thinking of, not Larceny. I'm sorry, Long Branch.
Yeah, Long Branch.
Long Branch. I still like Long Branch.
I do too. So I'm not a hater on that one. I'm not a hater on another celebrity one. Like a lot of people have been talking about the Chris Stapleton's Traveler whiskey
No, Traveler's not good.
So I disagree with you. I think it's a nice light whiskey, and
I didn't care for it.
Is what I put it in the top 100? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it doesn't bother me. Like if I go to a place and they have that, and I can have some of it, I'm going to have that. It's not bad,
That's kind of where I'm at with it too. Now, I would say if I bought a bottle, I would probably feel I would probably not do it.
But at the price point, I would rather have Buffalo Trace. Let's just be real.
You have so many better options. Is the thing? It's inoffensive, basically, right? It's like it's an okay tasting whiskey.
Yeah.
If your alternatives are, Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, right? If you're at
some
smoky
Slaughterhouse
bar,
Jim Beam or Jack Daniels.
I don't know if I go that far.
I'll tell you this. So what's funny is, I guess it was about 2 years ago. It's a funny story. So Tina is best friends with Michelle, and anyway, she was coming to the game to see Preston play, and Steven was coming and all that, and so we all met over there, and she was like, "Man, I need you to meet at my house because I want you to try this this barrel pick I got." And I was like, "Okay, well, I can't wait to try this barrel pick." I get there, and she pulls out this bottle of Jack Daniels. She's like, and I just say no, and she goes, "It's going to be good, I promise you." I'm like, "I'm telling you, it's not going to be."
No, it's not.
And so she poured it, and I was like, I took a sip, and I was like, all right, so here's one of two options. I'm either going to pour it in your glass, and I'm not going to drink, or I'm going to pour it in the sink, and you figure out how much you might have wasted there, because I am not having this. And so I didn't. I couldn't drink it. It was not good to me. I don't know what it is. I think it's something about the sour mash, because I've noticed that with like the Nelson Brothers. Nelson Brothers has a sour mash as well, and I don't like it.
I'm not huge on sour mash in general. Like I don't.
That Lincoln process, I just don't like that. I don't know what it is. And then when you get like Dickel has a syrupy taste to the end of it, and I don't like that either. Like when people talk about the Dickel,
it's like syrup and like Flintstones vitamins.
Yes, no one else knows what that is if you're not like from
Yeah.
our generation or older, right?
Cool.
'Cause I remember my mom
What's wrong with
putting,
a good Flintstones vitamin?
Yeah.
They're good for you.
And that, by the way, is a Jay Cooper tasting note. By the way, the Flintstones. But he's like, "Did you taste that?" And I'm like, "Holy shit, that's what it is."
That
And
is
it was
true.
the,
That's exactly what it is.
The Dickel bourbon, and
Yeah.
I genuinely.
Well, it's like that.
I'm
Remember, I
not
got
crazy
that.
at all
Everybody
about
was
the
talking
bourbon.
about that freaking 12-year that everybody wanted to get, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna see if I can find it, and I found it.
No, I like the 14 year.
Maybe it was
14
14 year. I don't remember what it was. It might have been 15. I don't remember what
Those
year it
ones
was,
I
but it's one of the
saw.
ones everybody was looking out for. And then when I seen it on the second year, I was like, what? People are like chasing this, and I'm like, so I went down to my place down here that's in the hood named Tony's. That's run by the Patels, and next to a coin laundry. All right. And
Also, by the Patels.
and yeah, probably also run by Patels. And anyway, not that there's anything wrong with that, because Tarek and I have become closer friends. I haven't seen him in a while.
You're a couple of land barons.
Well, I haven't. Well, I mean, I
I
normally got most of my whiskey from a different source, because I could get it at cost, or not cost, but actual MSRP. Now, I will tell you though, when I bought that bottle of Buffalo Trace, it was only $34. I know that's still slightly higher than MSRP, but I'll pay that every day.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good price. All right, so I told you my three, and we can keep adding to this list if we want.
David, how many more do you got? You got one or two more.
I've got one more. So I've said Willet Pot Still and Jefferson's Ocean. Here's the third one. It's not actually whiskey. It's rum, and I try to expand and Plantation Overclocked. It is, I think, 136 proof rum, and it is basically unsafe at any speed. Like I haven't found a way other than just heavily diluting it with some kind of mixer to be able to even get it down, because it's just too hot, and there's like no flavor to it whatsoever. It's just a ball of fire, and like I made myself get through it. When my little brother came over to hang out with me like years and years ago now, I was like, "Here, Dan, you'll love this." Like,
this.
You're a garbage disposal. In that, I'm a garbage disposal.
Real quick, so you're saying that to him?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, you go ahead, have as much of that you want. But this is like he didn't have anything like a palate. Like he's buying like plastic bottle rot gut. I'm like, here, this will be perfect for you. You drink that shit.
Plastic bottle rot gut. God.
Yeah, I'm not kidding at all. Like the Imperial whiskey. You know what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah. I got one for you. PX Special. That's an actual whiskey.
PX Special.
Yeah, it's for the military. It's made at PX, or it's made for the PXs.
I don't know what a PX is.
Oh, that's like our liquor store, and also our grocery store.
Yeah.
Also like our Quickie Mart. So the PX, I mean, typically a PX has like it'll be broken up. It's almost like a Walmart. So you'll have half of it will be like groceries and stuff like that. Other half will be like, you can buy 4,000 TVs or whatever, and maybe some electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you go outside, and then you go through these other doors. And kind of like when we were in Florida. Remember how when we were in Florida, we can go to the grocery store and also get liquor? Remember? It's very similar to that. So you have a package store like attached to it, but it's this thing called, and you can always get them I think the only way they sell them is a handle. So you have this giant freaking thing with a handle on it. And oh my God, that is straight up just.
So they know you're going for quantity there. That's.
But you're going to see how many freaking hallucinations you can have in the middle of the night. One of the funniest stories I ever had, and I was just talking about this the other day. Who was I talking about this with? Because someone had told me, so it was right, but you and I were talking about it. Well, I'm going to tell you, because remember we were supposed to go to the David Lee's party last Friday.
Okay.
Remember you had some stuff going on, and I was like, you know what, I'm not really in the mood anyhow.
Oh yeah. I didn't know the name, but it was going to be the tasting.
Yeah.
I was on call.
So his business partner of mine, he invited me to come to his birthday party, and was like, just pick up a bottle of whiskey. I did, and all that stuff. And then I was driving out there and I was just like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood. I'm not in a happy place right now in my life, so I just couldn't do it. Right. So, so I met with you and we were sitting there talking about wine and stuff. And David had talked about wine. And anyway, we were talking about wine. And he was like, so have you ever gotten like liquored up on wine? I'm like, I have. I really have.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, so when I was overseas, when I was just a young pup, brand new AW in the military, probably on my first or second deployment, there was this mech. Her name was Wendy Westbrook. Now she became a flight engineer, and ultimately, and she was actually part of the crew that was captured by the Chinese for a couple of months, back in the early 2000s, maybe.
Okay.
But anyway. One of their jets hit her plane and it damaged it, and they had to land, and so they ended up landing on a Chinese airstrip and this, that, and whatever. Anyway, she I think she's from Georgia. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Georgia because that's where I think she's from, and it fits her personality. Anyway, she was like the biggest redneck woman ever that you could imagine, who turns crank wrenches on engines and stuff like that. Super cool, very independent, this, that, and whatever. And she ended up marrying another Navy guy. And I don't know if they're still together. I haven't kept in contact with her, but anyway, she was, I remember we're on this deployment. She was like, I can drink more than any of you Navy guys. I'm like, that's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Like, of course you did.
I'm physically fit. I can swim real well and run. I can lift heavy objects. I'm like, this is just fucking stupid. I swear to God to you. All right. Now I need to back up a little bit. So in Okinawa, I lived there for a year. Okinawa has like nothing really there. There are some few things that'll kill you, but everything is like bigger than what you think it should be on an island. Like, so they have these things called fruit spiders that are just they're the second largest spider in the world. And we're talking about not even centimeters. We're talking about millimeters smaller than a Goliath bird eater. All right. Is that right? Millimeters be smaller than centimeters? I might be saying it backwards. But
millimeters are a smaller unit.
Yeah. So they're literally like, we're talking about fur on a spider smaller. All right.
Yeah. And
I remember one time coming back from the E Club after freaking, I was hammered, man, just walking. And all of a sudden I'm like crossing legs, trying to walk, one eye. What am I doing? Those kind of things. And I'm just trying to do my thing. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what told me to look up, not to look up, like look straight, not look like I was looking at the ground, because I was like, fucking ground won't stop moving. I'm like crossing legs, trying to walk. And we're getting ready to start crawling here in a minute, And anyway, I looked up and it was there was a moon out, and it was bright out at night with the moon, full moon, and all this stuff. And this fucking giant, like all of a sudden there was this shadow over my face. I was like, what the fuck? So it was like this close. It was literally like this close. All right. Literally. And I'm not using it literally in the wrong sense. I'm using the right sense.
Using it in the literal sense.
Right. Literal sense. It was like right this close. And I stopped. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't see through that. So I
can't see through the fucking gargantuan spider.
Yeah. So I backed up. And when I backed up, I was like,
I really don't know how you're alive.
I was like, oh my God, it's the biggest damn spider I've ever seen. All right. And it was huge. It was ginormous. So anyway, so I didn't fuck with it. I was like, fuck this guy. And so I took like the long route. And by the way, I learned how to walk after that. I was like, no more crossing legs and stuff. I was like,
overdue right up. Yeah.
So anyway, I get back to my barracks, which by the way, I stayed at what they called the Habu Hilton. That was the official name of our barracks.
Habu?
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. It's called the two-stepper. Supposedly, if you get bit by one, you only got like 2 steps. I'm like, so can you sit there forever, or do you have to like use them both right now? But anyway, so I was like, I was like, wow, that's the biggest spider ever. And I had just come through this path, this little cut through the like right there between the barracks to go to this path that takes. It's just a path, and I knew there was bats down there. And by the way, these bats they had were like fucking Winston. Like these are some giant ass bats. Like Winston's not a big dog, but he's like bigger than he's supposed to be. You know,
he's bigger than most bats.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely because he's 46 pounds. He's definitely bigger than most bats. But you would see these things hanging from trees definitely at night. You would see them hanging. You're like, is that a person? Like, is that a person hanging from a tree? No, it's a fucking bat. It's a fruit bat. They're ginormous. They look like dogs.
So Okinawa is known. I just have to break in with a question here. Okinawa is known for having like the people who live there having like some of the best life expectancy anywhere in the world. How is that possible on an island that is overrun by monster critters? Okay.
Well, I haven't finished with all the monster critters. So let me get back to my story.
I'm just saying.
Because they're not deadly critters.
We should bomb Okinawa just because of the spiders.
I agree. So anyway, the other aspect that happened with that was the reason
why
what
happened in Hiroshima, like they said, got the spider, like
goddamn spider down there. We're gonna kill all of them. All right. So anyway, that's horrible. Golly, we're
really,
all going to hell. And I've been trying to be really religious. I've been having a great time at church. The other thing that they have there too is the first time I ever. What's up, gents? I'm glad Jordan finally got on here. I was just talking about you earlier, Jordan. But the other thing that happened too. That happened a lot was they had these roaches, and these roaches were probably about that long, and they had wings, and they would fly. So the reason why I tell you all of this is because I decided me and Wendy Westbrook, we're going to fucking hammer it down. And so I'm bringing probably some shitty ass Jack Daniels or something to the fucking party, and we're hammering down with that. And she brings box wine. I'm like, I'm never going to lose on box wine.
Was it red or white wine? Do you remember?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like,
red wine can give you a worse hangover. That's why I know that.
All I'm saying is, at the end of the night, I was sleeping outside, using the box of empty wine as my pillow.
Of course you did.
And I had about 45 flying roaches walking on my body when I woke up.
They were just waiting for you to expire. They were going to start eating.
They were like vultures. They're like,
is he dead yet? It's hard to tell.
He feels dead. And for all essential purposes, he should be dead. But yeah. So I to ask about the life expectancy. So I loved Okinawa. When I was stationed there, I really did. I had the best time in Okinawa. They have some that, I know people don't, well, you don't know this, Rob. Wagyu beef in Japan is not the same as Wagyu beef here.
No.
Matter of fact, you'll never get the true Wagyu beef that you get in Japan.
What do they do different over there?
It's the marbling. It's the marbling. What's that?
$600. Grade 5 Wagyu beef from Japan is $600+ a pound.
Yeah. And so I had some there, but this was back. That's when
before you cook it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But it's the marbling in it that has so much marbling in it. It's so beautiful to look at. I mean, that is a beautiful piece of meat for sure.
And you don't cook it anything but rare, medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yep.
Medium rare.
The
highest you would do is be medium, but medium rare or rare is where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Anything else? It needs to be skillet burned on or not. What's it called? Like a where you like just put it in the pan on a hot skillet.
Seared.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. It needs to be seared, and that's about it. You try to get that internal temperature about 115.
Yep.
And that's about as most I would want to do on internal temperature on a Wagyu.
That's so wild.
But to be honest with you, I try to do all my meat. I try to do all my meat between 115 and 120. To be honest with you, that's where I prefer it. Right?
Because it's still cooking when you pull it out, so it probably
yeah. So while it's resting, it's still cooking. Yep. Just like bacon. When you think bacon, like you're getting ready, you're like, I'm not sure if the bacon's stiff enough. I'm like, why don't you pull it off and put it on a napkin and just let it sit there?
Yeah. You wrap them all up. Yeah.
Yep. And you'll see that it'll cook itself through. But yeah, that was one of the funniest experiences I ever had in man, I've had a lot of really crazy, like Like I got in trouble one time. I had to go to captain's passport. They
No.
didn't find me guilty of it, but I mean they did. But they were like, "We're not going to punish you for this, but like you are guilty of this. You can't go to the E Club for like. We're not making this an official thing, but like it's going to be on your evaluation. But like you can't tell women you're going to lick their ass." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, I was drinking a lot. It just happened, and I do like ass, so that happened to me, you know." So I had so I had some incidences where I was doing kamikazes. Who knows what's in that? All right, but I had like a fucking plate. Yeah,
it's Yukon Jack and lime juice.
Either way, it tastes like shit. But you just hammer it down and I did like a whole plate of those.
Sorry, kamikaze. Yeah, was that lime juice and vodka? Oh,
but I did that, and next thing you know, I had towed somebody, and I had one of my teammates. His name was Darren. He was like, Jody done towed some girl's gonna lick her ass, and I was like, well, I mean, everything you're saying is true. Let's just start there, right?
Vodka and lime.
But was there any intention that I was probably going to lick anybody's ass? I mean, I didn't even know where I was.
Which is to say, if she said yes, then yes.
Well, I've had that happen before, and I've taken home a girl for that. So that's different. That's happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to leave it right there. I mean, that happened. But yeah, so yeah, I had such a good time in the military. I'd recommend it to anybody. I really would. Definitely if you're a young person that has no idea what you're doing. Like if you just like, I'm not sure if college is what I want to do, or if I want to be a plumber or an electrician, or I want to go work at UPS, or I want to have a white collar job and be an accountant or whatever it might be. I always definitely specifically men. I'm like, dude, just go to the military for a little while. There's so many rules that unless you're a really bad shitbag, you're not going to get in any trouble. Like there's so many rules. All right. Just go out there, be a dumbass for about, 4 years of your life, come back, be in the reserves for a little bit and then get a job or go to college or whatever you're going to do. And so for me, I really, really, really that's the reason why I didn't get out. I just stayed in for such a long time till I donated my kidney. And then they were like, well, you can't do anything anymore. I'm like, what do you mean I can't do anything anymore? And they're like, well, you can't do anything anymore. You can just go on these support missions. I'm like, that's stupid, you dumbasses. So I did 8 total deployments and 4 of them are like, I got paid well, but it was like, you're doing support,
Yeah. David says, I agree. I don't miss the military. I do miss experiences and friends I made. Yeah.
I agree with that. And David's one of my friends too. I mean, you know this already. David and I served over in Kuwait and Iraq and stuff like that. He worked, if I remember correctly, he worked for the chief of staff and also the commanding officer. And then I worked over in training on that deployment together. And we've seen each other a lot. Super cool dude, super nice guy, super respectful, and just a solid good dude. But we had, military is fun, it really is. But at the same time, there's so many rules that unless you're a complete shitbag, I don't like when people tell me like, I got NJP like 4 times. I'm like, what'd you do? And they're like, why? I was out drinking and driving. I'm like, that's a reason.
That's what you get that.
Yeah.
For, right?
So that can happen. That can happen. So real quick, as I'm mentoring you, we're in the time of Uber. So tell me how this happened. So those type of things happen. And so those kind of people you kind of looked at and you're like, or fraternization. That was such a big deal that we had a master chief that tried to hook up with on that tour that me and David were on, that tried to hook up with a E6, I think it was. And I could be wrong. It might have been an E4. Who knows? And they, like in the middle of the night, it's like they load him up in a transport and said, boom, you're out of here. And they sent him home. Who knows where he went? We don't even know if he's still alive.
Just gone, huh?
He was gone. Yeah. That kind of shit, you see that and you're like, that kind of makes sense, right? But like just being a shitbag, like what I mean by that, like we all make mistakes. Making a mistake, most of the time the military is like, they want to handle it at the lowest level. And they're like, you drank a little too much last night. You still smell like alcohol. Can you do the PFA? And of course, when we're young, we're all like, yeah, I can still do PFA. And I did, dude. There was many a times I could barely walk to formation, but I could do that goddamn PFA. All right, I could run 3 miles. I could swim. I could do pull-ups.
I do not understand how people do that shit. Like I used to get such colossal fucking hangovers. How somebody could be.
Oh, I hadn't even got to that point of a hangover yet. I was still drunk.
Oh, well, that's why. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, when the hangover hits, like, it's done. It's lights out for me. I am losing the rest of my day.
There were so many times when I was on active duty in the military, definitely when I was younger. Not when I got older, but when I was younger, I'd show up formation with Buddy most of the time. And that jackass, I love that guy. But how we met, so I'm going to tell that story real quick, and then we'll call it a night on this. How I met that motherfucker. So we were in either air crew school or rescue swimmer school together, all right? And so we were in one of those schools. Both of them are aviation school pipelines. And I was going to some other schools, but he would show up every day, and all he wanted to do is he won't admit it, but he was taking performance enhancement medication during the time. And he would show up and he was like, I want to do some PT. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm still drunk. And also, I want to go water skiing with my buddies right now instead of doing PFAs. All right. Like, I need you to shut the fuck up. And so how we became friends is I was like, he yelled something about doing PT. He was like the little short guide-on looking dude, like the little bitty guy. And it was like, let's do this fucking workout. And I'm like, motherfucker, you bald-headed piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. This is another bald-headed motherfucker telling another bald-headed motherfucker, shut the fuck up.
I was about to say, you're both bald at that point. Right?
I was not bald yet, but I carried a nice flat top.
I thought you shaved it. Oh, okay.
No, I didn't start shaving it until I became a police officer, and that's when I started shaving my head.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
And I actually didn't start that right away either. I waited till I had a dog, and my dog's name Adolf, and I was like, okay.
So you shaved your head for Adolf.
Might as well go ahead and shave my head. If I'm gonna have a dog named Adolf,
it's all coming together.
And then I'm working in the hood. This is not good for anybody, mostly me. So, but anyway, guys, it's been fun. It's been real. Yeah. We're over the hour. I've had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in for our dumb fuckery. Listening to my quick monologue. I do want to tell everybody I am fine. Fine. I've realized the mistakes that I made, and they're on me. That's the cross I have to bear, and it is what it is. God knows my heart, and I do believe that person also knows my heart. So, and knows that my intentions were not of that, but it doesn't matter. The perception was there, and the perceptions when you're supposed to protect somebody, and you have bad perception, that can sometimes be negative. But outside of that, just remember that don't do what I did Saturday. So when you drink too much, stay at your son's house.
Yeah, you should.
I was comfortable with the dog. I should have just stayed there, but I went outside to get a chew, and I was like, "Hey, I'm outside. I made it outside."
For those of you who know, there is a picture circulating of Jody licking somebody's head. When I saw that, like, that's the picture that says you're staying here tonight. Like, that's
it was my favorite mocha in the world.
Yeah, his favorite mocha in the world.
Don't go out for a dip. Exactly. I was like, I'm going outside. I'm going to get myself a chew. And then next thing I know, Jordan, like, I sent him a text. He goes, I sent him a text that I'm at home. He goes, yeah, I know. That's all he said. I'm like, the fuck, you know I'm at home. I don't even share a location with anybody right now. Like, nobody. And so and he was like, yeah, I passed you. And I didn't see that text until I woke up in the morning. I was like, you're really, like, you passed me. How did you pass me? Better yet, how did you not get run off the road by me? If you want to be serious, I was
going to say, how did you get? I mean, I'm not too reliant on your perception being, what was that?
I mean, dude, I've lost another hat. So in the last 2 weeks, I've lost 2 hats. One I gave away.
That's a little bit different.
I wish I wouldn't have gave it away at this point, but I can go down the road and get another one at Ted's, but I just hadn't done that yet. And then the other one, I may be at Jordan's house right now. Who knows? But all I know is this is how I drove home. And then I was like,
115 on 840.
That's true.
I have your hat, by the way.
Cool. I'm glad somebody has my
There
hat.
you
'Cause
go, there you
I've
go.
been looking all over the house. I was like, man, we're gonna throw that fucking.
That's
I go,
cooking on 840, man. That's a good.
he
one.
was hammered down. He was like, you must have went a different way. I'm like, no, I took. And he goes, I got off at Bear Creek. I'm like, I did too. And like, he literally was coming down the road from my
Getting on that
house
shit like Knight Rider.
as I was driving up the road, and I was like, and so I was sitting here texting him, and I was like, okay. I made it home, and all he put back was, I know. I just passed you. And of course, I'm like, that's love is what I did. And then I realized the next
That's
morning, I'm
so
like,
cool. You should come have a drink.
I'm like, well, that's what I said. I actually said that when I talked to him the next day. I was like, if I'd known you drove all the way out here, I would just had you stay here. And he was like, well, what we should have done is what I told you we were going to do. And that was me drive your truck home. And then Kelsey follow us. And then I drive home. I'm like, yeah, that would have probably been a better deal.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Anyway.
Been real. It's been fun. Like, subscribe. Hit the
Gentlemen,
bell.
love y'all. Be good to yourselves.
Good seeing you, Rob. Cheers.
Peace.